Columbia takes pleasure in presenting to you Mr. Nat Ayer, in a group of the songs with which, as a very young man, he earned a happy reputation in both England and America as a popular composer. Fashions in songs, like the world itself, have changed considerably since Mr. Ayer wrote these. And yet we are sure that as you hear them, you will recall them with yesterday's pleasure and wonder why we don't have more like them today. And now we'll ask Mr. Ayer to be his own compere. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nat Ayer.
How do you do? Our first song is one that I hope you'll remember, Oh, You Beautiful Doll. Perhaps you won't, although in its day it gave me that thrill so dear to every songwriter of hearing even little boys in the street whistling it.
Well, Nat, won't you go to the piano and start playing the song so the boys will know how it really ought to be done?
The next is almost a museum piece, for it was the forerunner of all those songs that addressed the adored one as baby, trying, I suppose, to prove that love is still in its infancy. This song is called You're My Baby. The next song was considered quite risque in its day, but then that was before divorce followed marriage as naturally as coffee follows the sweet, and before the spirit of Mae West animated civilization, though the hips were everywhere in evidence. I can see that you are married. Well, you know I'm married too, and nobody knows that you know me, and nobody knows that I know you, and if you care to, let's have luncheon every day here just the same. But sweetheart, if you talk in your sleep, don't mention my name. Long before the days of Pipsqueak and Wilfred, perhaps even dating from the Chronicle of the Garden of Eden and that serpent with the screen personality and the perfect radio voice, it was considered amusing to write things that endowed animals with human qualities. The next song, Moving Day in Jungletown, represents my own fling at it, and in its day it meant marmalade with my toast. Now we'll continue with the next song entitled Another Little Drink Wouldn't Do Us Any Harm. Well, I was young when I wrote it. I realize now that it depends entirely on how many one has already had. However, I'm open to offers. At the recent Royal Command Variety performance, I discovered to my great joy that the following song is still very much remembered. But then who could forget any song that had the good fortune to be sung by the great Violet Lorraine? Let the great big world keep turning. As to the next song, Widows Are Wonderful, I can only repeat that I was young when I wrote it. I now realize that it depends entirely on the age and income of the widow. Widows are wonderful, you must admit they're wise. They've got the eyes, they always hand you some surprise. Widows are marvelous, you've heard the people say that if you're short or tall, the men are bound to fall. That's all. Widows are dangerous, they've got good common sense. There are just so many turtle doves. Single girls are much too tame, but the merry little widow knows her game. She's beautiful, marvelous, it's the wonderful way she loves.
And now we present a song that I'm sure you all know. Nat refuses to take the credit for that. He declares it was lifted to fame in the expert hands of Miss Violet Lorraine and Mr. George Roby in their great wartime success, the Bing Boys. And yet it's hard to think of them without also recalling Nat Ayer's delightful song, If You Were the Only Girl in the World.